In the last episode, we had a bit of a situation. Woohoo! We're going to try and get it done, but it ain't going to work out this time.
I don't know.
It's a little bit complicated. Yeah.
The dream must go on.
The dream must go on.
And it's all going wrong.
We're going to leave. In fact, we're going to turn around now.
From your comments, it was clear to us that some of you were really confused as to why we were having to leave Turkey.
To clarify, Turkish law states that a foreign licence can only be used in Turkey for a maximum of 6 months. Although we still had 7 weeks left on our driving licence, we felt that due to the current COVID situation with the new UK strain, it was best to act now before borders close.
So here are our options. Exchange our UK driving licence for a Turkish one.
We need our UK driving licence to drive around the world, so this is not an option for us.
Take a Turkish driving test.
The problem with that is it takes 4 to 5 months, and if we don't stay still long enough to be able to do that, otherwise you'll have no videos.
We leave Turkey, we come back in, get a fresh stamp in our passport to reset the 6-month clock.
Because we have a foreign vehicle, we have to leave the country with our vehicle, or you can leave it at a customs office. We are unsure of the process of leaving it with the customs office, and with Brexit looming and having to do this run before the 31st of December because Bulgaria and some of the countries are only letting in EU citizens, we don't have time to sort that out.
So, what are our border options?
Iran and Iraq.
We'd have to apply for a visa and return to the UK to get it.
Syria.
Right now, that's not an option for us.
Georgia.
The border to Georgia has been closed to us since March last year.
Greek islands.
There are currently still no boats going to the Greek islands.
Greece's land border.
We can cross, but we will have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Final option, Bulgarian border.
Yep, our only option. So back to the adventure.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about today.
Oh, I get lost so easily. Epic fail! We haven't been to England.
The police are saying we have to be quarantined. And we'll just have to wait and see whether they let us in or whether they quarantine us. We're facing the wrong way of the traffic now. We're Marion and Chris, and we've been travelling full-time since May 2018. We must be insane.
Whilst attempting to drive around the world in Trudy, our home on wheels, this happened.
All British travellers abroad are advised to return now.
As borders closed around us, we decided to wait it out in Turkey until we were able to continue our adventure east. Welcome to Turkey! We want to say a massive thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video, but more on that a little bit later on.
So after much debate, discussion and arguments, Chris wants to share the driving because he doesn't want me to have to do it all, even though I love driving. So yeah, I'll try and get my control issues under control.
For those of you that watch the videos, I can and do drive, but normally I let Marianne do all the driving, but today I'm driving. Where is the exit?
He doesn't actually let me, I'm a control freak and I like to drive. I just, Sickest is straight out, so that way. Haha, I get to hold the camera and talk, woohoo! One of the biggest questions we've got this week and last week has probably got to be, where are you going to be for Christmas?
Yeah, where are we going to be for Christmas?
I don't actually know.
What is the date today?
It's the 22nd of December. It's 11:30 in the morning. You know the story. But yeah, we don't know exactly what day we're going to cross. We're hoping today, but it might be tomorrow. If we get tired, we'll just stop. That's the beauty of having a bed and a kitchen in your home on wheels. So yeah, we don't know where we're going to be for Christmas. We'll obviously share it, but genuinely, we have no idea.
Have we got a clue?
No clue.
Could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
Could be in any country.
Any country. It's very easy to get sucked in and bogged down with all the negative stuff, but we think of ourselves to be really lucky, don't we? We've got everything we need. We're in a safe place. So questions when we were coming into Turkey about the road conditions, what they were like. We're on the O5. It's a new toll road that was built, according to Ursula, in 2019. Fantastic road, really fast. It is toll, so you have to pay, but that's the bonus of having excellent roads. And it just goes on and on for miles. It's really easy driving.
It goes from, like, I think it's Izmir up to Bursa, and we're going straight for 160 miles, and you see one car every like 10-15 minutes if you're lucky, so it's a really nice quick drive. I think it's worth every penny. I've got no idea how much it costs, but it's nice easy driving.
Funny is we're going back almost the same way we came, except on the motorway, so seeing Çanakkale, Edremit and all the names that we know, it's funny how familiar Turkey is to us now.
Marianne's doing the filming while I'm driving. I apologise if it's a bit shaky.
Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying driving?
It's nice on the motorway, it's nice and easy.
Aww.
You enjoy filming?
Give me back my van. I hate filming. I literally hate it. There's pressure to get it right, and if you don't do it right, then when Chris edits the videos, he's like, why didn't you put the camera like this or like that? I absolutely hate it.
Right, we've just stopped, bought a quick lunch, had a quick toilet break. We've swapped seats and we're off again. The time is 1:52 in the afternoon. We have 229 miles, just under 5 hours to go.
And Trudy is my van again.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for driving, but you really didn't need to.
Okay, another HGS booth, 162 TL, £16.20.
You got to pay for the road somehow.
It's fine. It was quick. It was very quick compared to the going up the other roads. So back home, if there was a swan on the motorway or something, the whole motorway would be shut down. But here in Turkey, I've just seen a herd of goats on the grass verge next to the motorway with a shepherd. Not a sight you normally see back home. Well, they didn't forecast any rain, but the heavens have opened, and we've got our first little downpour here on the way to Çanakkale. So we're just going past what looks like the sea, but actually it's a lake called Lake Kuş, and Kuş in Turkish means bird. We know that from visiting Kuşköy, which is bird village. So we've just arrived in the city of Bandırma. 195 miles to go. I'm pleased we're not on that side of the road. I don't know why, but there's a definite traffic jam over there. What a view. Look, that is the sea. Istanbul is on the other side, way over there somewhere, maybe behind us that way. We're following it round to Çanakkale. We just sent Ursula our live location because he wanted to know how we were getting on, and he says the way you're driving you should get the ferry from Lepeski rather than Çanakkale, so we've just put it into the sat nav. It takes us over to Gelibolu, which is further north, so it will save us a little bit of time.
We love Captain Ursula!
Thank you, Ursula, for looking after us. The ferry is about 1 hour and 6 minutes away. We're not sure how often they go, but we'll just wait there, and then we'll be in a good position to finish off tomorrow morning. In all of the excitement we have had in the past few days, we forgot to update you on the power bank, because you'll remember we went to Akyaka to collect the power bank. Our friend from the haulage company that brought it from the UK, who was supposed to meet us, unfortunately ended up being hospitalized with COVID Our thoughts are with him, and I know he's making a good recovery, so hope you get better soon. So we haven't got the power bank, so we're going to arrange to pick it up after we've crossed the border and we've gone back down south towards Fethiye. Okay, so we've arrived in Lapseki, and this is where we get the ferry across the water to Gelibolu. So fingers crossed. There's quite a big queue in front, but we'll see. Doesn't look too far across. Merhaba. To Gelibolu?
Yes. 80.
Teşekkür ederim.
Simple.
That was easy. So for a camper van it's 80 TL, which is about £8. So we're just getting onto the ferry. They seem pretty frequent. I hope they all go to the same place. There's one here, there's another one coming in, and there's one just gone. So they do seem pretty quick, don't they? You can see the bridge over there that they're building between the mainland and the Gallipoli Peninsula. Alright, bird's eye view at the front here. Go as close as you can. That's the other one coming in. Oh, it's a lovely evening here. The sun's come back out again. So we're just coming into port into Gelibolu. There's another ferry leaving there. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I think we got probably another hour of sunlight, so I think we're going to drive a little bit more because we've still got a few hours till the border.
Sorry, I'm just messaging Ursula. Ursula's like, where are you? Are you okay? Do you need anything? So I'm just keeping him updated.
So 3 cars going into 2 spaces. This is where the Turkish squeeze comes again.
It's alright, I'm a Turkish driver now. Down.
Basically you just slowly edge out. I think the one on the left's going to have to go because they are pretty close.
So as soon as that silver one goes, I'm
That's
off.
it, you're off.
I'm off.
Beautiful. Now you may recognise this area because we walked down here when we stayed in Gelibolu. So if you saw the video where we did the clean-up by the lighthouse with that beautiful view, it's just down there.
Yeah.
It's funny backtracking all these steps. We weren't supposed to be coming back this way. What's amazing is all that time we've driven from Attila's, where we filled up, it's only cost £36 to fill it up again. And that would cost you at least double back home. They obviously don't tax so much and the exchange rate is good. Good morning.
Tortured. So early.
It's the next day. It is 6:30 in the morning. We've got up. We are going to do the run to the border, but on the way we're going to stop off in the town near the border because we need to try and get the insurance document printed just to make the journey back into Turkey smoother. It's about an hour and a half to the town, maybe just under 2 hours to the border. And then hopefully, if things go well, we cross, we turn around, we come back and we start driving south. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about today. So
I've just had an idea. I've just suddenly had a thought. If the customs guys check the boot, there is like a massive pack of dog food.
dog food.
We don't have a dog. Isn't that going to seem like a little bit weird?
Yeah, they might find that a bit suspicious. Oh well, let's see how it goes. I'm sure there'll be some kind of big events happening today. So we're arriving in the town of Edirne, I think that's how you pronounce it, and we're just trying to find, we put into Google Maps a printer shop, so hopefully we can find that. It's about 10 minutes away.
Okay, we found a parking spot just before the bus stop, between the bin and the bus stop. Adama. So I've left Trudy and Chris there. Chris is getting all the paperwork for the border to cross, and I think the print shop's down here somewhere, which is always fun. And then hopefully I've got the Rent and Connect internet box, so I should be able to email the document to the guy or girl in the shop. So let's go and give it a go.
We're super thankful to Surfshark for continuing to sponsor us and support us on our around the world drive, which is still the plan despite all of these problems. For those of you that don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network. It basically creates an encrypted tunnel which keeps your online data safe. Living on the road, can you imagine the stress if our bank accounts or other personal data was hacked? I know many of you are at home at the moment in lockdown and probably getting a little bit bored. But Surfshark VPN does more than just protect your online data. It allows you to unlock new content. Simply by changing your virtual location, you open up content that wouldn't normally be available in your local area. Of course, you can still watch more of our videos too. And don't forget to tell your friends. And Surfshark VPN is the only VPN company that allows you to use unlimited number of devices at the same time. We're delighted to tell you that by using the code TREADTHEGLOBE, you get a massive 83% discount and 3 months free. To get started, all you have to do is click the link in the description below.
It's hilarious. I'm walking around the street and I couldn't find it, and the blue dot on the Google map wouldn't let me find it, and it's inside a shopping centre. Günaydın. But there's actually a sign to say it's downstairs. Oh, I get lost so easily. It's right here as well. Oh, I think it's here. Copy alarma. Okay, we're coming out the other side because I don't have it on a stick. Here. Okay, teşekkür ederim. Okay, we've come down a bit further. I get a little bit lost, so I hope I can find my way back. I'm not really sure where I am now. Oh, there's an insurance company.
Orange.
Oh, the orange one.
Orange kırtasiye.
Yeah.
Yes. Bir de
Go downstairs.
tamam.
Okay. Amazing. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you very much. Thank you. Teşekkür ederim. You see, Google Translate and helpful people, the people in the shop weren't so helpful, but I just walked in and said, please, do you speak English? And we got Google Translate out. Oh, amazing. I have no idea where I am now, actually. Watch this face. Kardeşler.
Okulun 15 minut sonra.
15. Okay. 15 is 15, so that's maybe. Oh, I just came here. Okay, we had a bit of an epic fail. Everything's closed, but to be honest, I'm a little bit not surprised. It's COVID and everything else, so we're gonna have to hope. I think we're back in the right. Hello, good morning. We're gonna have to hope that the insurance on the border is okay. On my phone, show my phone. If not, maybe they can print it for me. I don't know. We're a little bit unprepared, but that's because Ursula helped us buy the insurance and then emailed us the document, and Rajab, who's got our power bank, has printed it out for us, and we were due to pick it up, but unfortunately he's got COVID, so we're going to have to do that in a couple of weeks. How is it that dogs know when to cross the road? I don't know why that is, but they're all very well trained. being a naughty boy? Is it time to cross? Just met a dog that's perfect van size. And this one's very naughty and likes chewing things. And you're just naughty and like to hump things. So the photocopy shop is opening at 3 o'clock this afternoon. That's probably COVID hours. So, epic fail. I hate failing at tasks, but that's just how it is. And as Auntie Julia says, what will be, will be. Oh,
We need to do the vignette.
oh of course. And
We need to do the Bulgarian vignette. Marianne has the internet, so we need to do that now. If you go into Bulgaria, go online, book and pay for the vignette,
yes.
which is like the road tax thing. Otherwise, you get fined as soon as you go over the border.
And I'll message Rent and Connect and tell them we're going to Bulgaria for the day.
And if we don't hear back from us, make sure this is turned on for Bulgaria this afternoon.
Just for one day, please.
Okay, the vignette is done, and
Rent and Connect.
Rent and Connect, we've told them if we don't message by 1, they're going to turn us on for Bulgaria. All good. Because we can't normally film at borders, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the camera on the table, so hopefully you can hear any conversations or any drama that happens. We're a little bit nervous because there's so many things that may go wrong. Like, we don't have the insurance printed to get back into Turkey. We are a UK citizen and they're saying they're not letting UK citizens in. We're coming from Turkey. We have a vehicle. Brexit. I don't know, it might get a little bit complicated. So we'll see you on the border, and fingers crossed it all goes okay. Okay, we're just approaching the Turkish side of the border. Günaydın. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you. Okay, stamped out of Turkey, done. Right, so we're just approaching the customs control. Yeah, I think we did the right thing.
Do you know, ultimately we just have to do what we have to do, and
You just have to go with it.
there might be easier ways or more complicated ways, but we can only do what we can do. This is part of the adventure, isn't it? If you see it as like the nightmare, then it is a nightmare. If you just see it as part of the adventure, and ultimately, as you say, it's going to make one heck of a story. Just it is what it is.
It is what it is.
So what did you do 2 days before Christmas in a world pandemic when all the borders are closing and they found a new strain of COVID?
We did a visa run.
We did a visa run. We decided to drive across the border because that would be fun.
She started talking to us in Turkish. I had no idea. She just let us drive
That's
straight
because you
through.
look Turkish.
Out of Turkey. Now we need to go into Bulgaria and back into Turkey.
Oh, car license. I think that is our driving license.
Registration. So that check, they check that you haven't got any driving fines and things like that, I think. Decontamination for Bulgaria now.
Okay, take the window.
That's it, drive across.
Oh.
So you have to pay €3 to get the van disinfected. You drive over these little spray bars. Okay, we have made it into Bulgaria.
Woohoo!
They did a customs check on the van. They asked a lot of questions about why we're coming in, where have we been, where are we going.
Yeah. And there's a problem with British citizens.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't come from England. They were like, oh, okay.
We had to show our Turkish residency to explain that we've been living in Turkey for nearly a year.
Yeah.
And we explained we're just coming in and we're going back. So they were fine.
We got a few more subscribers as well.
Yeah, I think the customs guys were very curious about the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So that's a big relief. Now we've just got to turn round and hope we can get back into Turkey without any problems. Might be a while because it's all dual carriageway. So we've got 8 kilometers to go until we can turn round. I feel quite relieved actually that we're in Bulgaria, don't you?
Yeah.
Because we're stamped.
We're stamped. We're done.
We're done. And there's no reason why they won't let us in because we've got Turkish residency. So we should have just exited, but we're actually on the other side of the dual carriageway because there's roadworks, so we couldn't turn round. Oh, we can turn.
Can we turn?
Follow him.
Follow him.
Follow him. There's a lorry coming.
It's alright, I'm a Turkish driver now, so I can do these things. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Smilingard.
Good job. 14 kilometers, we're back to the Turkish border again. Might take a while. There's quite a few cars in front of us. We're just about to leave Bulgaria.
Are we there yet?
Time check, 10:54 a.m. It's pretty quick today in the scheme of things, an hour both ways. It's not bad. Although we've still got to get in. Thank you. Right, out of Bulgaria, just arriving to the Turkish border. Günaydın. Get your mask off.
Oh, hello. Günaydın. No.
No, we.
Turkey?
This morning we went from Turkey to Bulgaria.
We haven't been to England.
We haven't been. We live in Turkey. Oh, go forward. Go there. Okay.
I think we've come from England. Oh look, there's bricks.
They won't let us in because we're English. That's it, just stop here. Okay, so the problem we have is any British passport coming into Turkey, the police are saying we have to be quarantined. So it's getting a little bit complicated. So we're just waiting here. They've pulled us off to a side area. Marianne's just talking to the police, so we'll keep you updated in a second. Okay, we've shown the stamp of the passports, we've given our Turkish ID, we've explained that we've just crossed over this morning. We've been in Bulgaria for like 10 minutes and we're driving back. So he's taken our passports, he's taken our Turkish ID, and we'll just have to wait and see whether they let us in or whether they quarantine us. Who knows?
Can we put the kettle on?
I think so, because it's freezing. It's about 1 degree last night, so it's absolutely freezing. This is why we've been in the south of Turkey. Okay, good news. The police have checked us out. They know we left this morning. They've let us through. So now we've made it through the first level of police control. So now we're just going through customs and passport, I think. And then we've got to show the vehicle stuff. And then we'll have the complication with the insurance probably. You can join any queue. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to go into that one.
Okay, go in the middle one. Right, cameras off. We'll see you in a minute. Organised chaos. So we were just leaving, all good, and then we have to go back to 100 because of another check. I don't know. So we're going back to 100. 100's over there. What's 100? It's not there, that's D3. So he said go back to 100. What is 100? Booth number 100 is there.
Where?
There.
Oh yeah.
But you can't just stop here, love. There's people driving out. I suppose you
I
can.
literally can.
It's complete chaos.
You told me to come to
Oh, maybe they want to do a check. I'd reverse. I wouldn't go forward like that.
Literally. He told me to come to 100. I'm coming to 100.
We're facing the wrong way of the traffic now. That was hilarious. So we drove the wrong way against all the traffic. We come back to booth 100. The customs guy said, what are you doing here? We said the other guy sent us back, and he said, no, it's okay, go back. So now we're going back to the other guy, and we'll see if we get through the next one.
Okay.
It's an interesting experience doing these border crossings, I have to be honest.
It's fun though, because everyone's different. People say to us, but when you do border crossing,
Now there's a queue.
is it stressful? What do you have to do? What's the rules, the routine?
Everyone is different.
Everyone's different.
Have your paperwork, make sure you get
Yeah.
insurance.
Yeah, unless you're trying to smuggle a Spanish donkey, just relax and let it happen.
Just go, yeah, you have to go with it. What time is it now? It's 2 minutes past 12.
Yeah, 2 minutes past.
It's been
12.
quite a long border crossing actually. It's over 2 hours now, I think.
But the passport, because of the new UK strain,
Yeah.
it just complicates things. People, and quite often government regulations are, if it's a British passport, then that's it. And
Yeah,
of course,
the computer says
the
no.
computer says no. We have an expression, don't we? The computer says no, and it doesn't mean no. It just means the computer does. And until you can speak to somebody who has the authorization and the power to be able to say, actually, I understand the situation.
So that's it. So we're crossing the border again.
Yeah.
We've got one more booth to go across, and then we can start driving south. So fingers crossed, the last booth he doesn't send us back again, and all is good. We did it. I am so relieved. It's been a stressful couple of days, subconsciously not knowing whether we'd get out, get back in. So that means we are okay now to be in Turkey, to drive. Everything is all good until 20th of May. So that gives us some time to figure out what we're doing for the next stage of the adventure, and hopefully we can carry on. So we hope you've enjoyed this crazy episode. We are going to now...
We haven't.
We haven't, but it's a good time now. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow. We're going to drive, what time is it? We'll probably drive 6-7 hours today and then drive another 7 or 8 hours tomorrow to get back to the south of Turkey where we were. And then we're going to park up and hang out for a little bit.
We also need to find water because it's so cold that our water tank jumped.
It did. It is 1 degree last night. It's been very cold. So we will see you on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching.